Level 1, the intern. You are 22 and you think you already know everything. You wear a hoodie because nobody told you the dress code yet. Your badge photo makes you look like a criminal. The senior analysts don't know your name yet. The building has a keycard system you helped install, and you still can't get past the lobby. You memorize commands you don't fully understand yet. You reset passwords for 8 hours straight. Your first official security incident is a marketing intern locked out of email. You fix the coffee machine and nobody notices. You call it grinding. Everyone above you calls it Tuesday. You sleep 4 hours and call it dedication. Your bedroom becomes your second office. 3 monitors glow blue at 2 in the morning. Every rejection email from a real company teaches you something a classroom never could. You tell your mother you're basically a hacker now. She asks if you can get her free Netflix. You laugh, but something in you quietly deflates. Somewhere in the network, real intruders are already inside, and nobody knows yet. Level 2, the SOC analyst. You get hired for real money, or what feels like real money. Your new job is staring at alerts until your eyes ache. 99% of them are nothing. The 1% will ruin your week. You wear a company polo with a lanyard heavy with old badges. Your chair carries a permanent imprint shaped exactly like you. You learn to read exhaustion in a colleague's typing speed before they say a word. Friends invite you out, and you say next time. Next time quietly becomes never. You learn the first unwritten rule: never be the one who missed it. Blame moves downhill, and you live at the bottom of the hill. The office, you start drinking energy drinks the way other people drink water. A ticket you closed as a false positive reopens itself at 3 in the morning. This time it's real. Your hands shake typing the incident report. You stop the breach and nobody says thank you. The next shift starts in 4 hours. Level 3, the incident responder. You are the one they call when everything is already on fire. You've stopped introducing yourself. People just say get him. A hospital's systems freeze and patients can't be checked in. You learn hospitals, pipelines, and power grids all bleed the same way when they're hit. You have 11 minutes to make a decision no course ever taught you. You isolate the network and pray you haven't just made it worse. It works. Nobody claps. You go home and your girlfriend has already left for work. She left a note instead of waking you up. You read it twice and understand nothing between you has changed. Your phone buzzes at dinner. It is always dinner. You answer because the alternative is worse. You stop flinching at the 2 a.m. calls. Your body just answers now. You start keeping a go bag by the door like a soldier. In a way, you are one. Level 4, the penetration tester. Now you break in instead of keeping people out. Companies pay you to become their worst nightmare. You find the hole a junior developer left 3 years ago. Nobody remembers writing that code. They just remember getting hacked by you. You feel powerful and slightly sick at the same time. The client thanks you for the vulnerability, then argues about the invoice. You learn a lock only matters if someone bothers to check it. You realize the report matters more than the hack ever did. Nobody reads past the executive summary. You start collecting certifications the way other people collect trophies. Each one costs a weekend you didn't have to spare. Your apartment fills with energy drink cans and unopened mail. A friend from college gets married, and you watch the live stream from a hotel Wi-Fi in another city. You mute your own toast. Level 5, the security engineer. You stop finding holes and start building walls. The job title sounds impressive at parties you no longer attend. You design systems meant to survive people smarter than you. Someone always finds a way in any way. Meetings eat the mornings, code eats the nights. Your calendar has more colors than your actual life does. You forget what your own code looked like before someone else refactored it. You buy a car you can finally afford and park it in a garage you never see in daylight. Your parents ask when you'll come home for a visit. You say soon. You always say soon. A junior engineer asks you for advice like you have any to give. You give it anyway, because someone gave it to you once. Level 6, the red team lead. You run the operations you used to be terrified of running. Your team trusts you, and you carry that like a second spine. You simulate a nation-state attack against your own company and win in 6 hours. Leadership calls it a wake-up call, then goes back to sleep. You stop explaining risk to people who don't want to hear it. You learn that politics moves faster than any exploit you've ever written. A rival team lead takes credit for your operation in the board meeting. You say nothing, because saying something costs more than it's worth. You realize leadership only remembers your name when something goes wrong. Your name appears in fewer rooms and more footnotes. You start mentoring people who remind you of who you used to be. It's the only part of the job that still feels clean. Level 7, the security architect. You design the entire fortress now, not just the walls. Executives use words like synergy in meetings about your work. You translate danger into slides simple enough for a room to survive. Nobody in that room has read the technical appendix. You are the last real line between the company and a headline. The company doesn't know your name anymore, only your title. You haven't touched a terminal in months. You used to dream in exploits, now you dream in flowcharts. You miss the years when the work was just you and the machine. A former intern texts you, thanks you, and you can't remember their face. You save the message anyway. Level 8, the Chief Information Security Officer. You sit in the room where the real decisions supposedly get made. You realize the real decisions get made after you leave the room. Your job now is optics as much as security. A breach happens, and the first meeting is about the press release. You argue for disclosure, legal argues for silence. Silence wins, it always wins. You sign your name to a statement you don't fully believe. Reporters call, and you say no comment more often than you say your own name. Your salary has more zeros than your younger self could imagine. Your calendar has a therapist appointment you keep rescheduling. You start taking sleeping pills, then you start needing them. You eat lunch at your desk, alone, by choice now. The isolation used to feel like a punishment, now it feels like armor. You wonder when those two things became the same thing. Level 9, the ghost. You leave the title behind and take the knowledge with you. Companies pay you to appear for 1 hour and vanish. Nobody asks how you're doing, only what you think. You give the same advice you once gave for free, now it costs thousands. You realize the system never needed you specifically, only someone who could do the job. Anyone replaceable is anyone, and you were always anyone. Old colleagues only reach out when something is broken. You answer anyway, because the habit never left even after the job did. You realize retirement isn't a place, it's a permission you have to give yourself. Your inbox grows quieter, and somehow louder in what it doesn't say. Level 10, the quiet. You wake up without an alert waiting for you. It takes months to stop reaching for a phone that isn't buzzing. The silence is the loudest thing you've ever had to sit with. You finally take the vacation you promised yourself at every single level. You don't know how to sit somewhere without checking for the exit. Old instincts don't retire just because you did. You scroll through old incident reports like photo albums. Each one used to be the worst night of someone else's career. Now they're just paper, aging quietly in a drawer nobody will open again. You finally learn your own daughter's favorite color. She's 14 now. You meet a young intern at a conference, hoodie too big, badge too shiny. He tells you he wants to be a cyber genius one day. You almost tell him exactly what it costs. Instead, you just smile and wish him luck. He walks away already looking down at his phone. Somewhere, right now, an alert is firing for someone else. They will learn. They all do. The cycle continues.